Hello, you guys.
Hey everyone, guess what? Victoria's excited we've got a new friend.
Can you stop that? Welcome to another exciting episode of Feel It Real Fun on our 19th of November 2021.
That's right.
Your manifesting questions answered live.
That's right. You know why?
Because Ted sucks. So go to freeneville.com,
You've done this before.
subscribe to the 221 email list and get a pseudo-random email every single day until you die.
Yes.
Join our 90
And
day...
then what? Then what? Sorry.
Well, then what? What? Then you get an email every single day.
Till you die.
Or until 20 does.
Yeah, that's right. Which will be pretty soon if it keeps this shit up.
Join our 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com.
Oh, I wonder what group that is.
Half a donut, cheap ass cup of coffee,
Oh, let's post it there.
something like that. You know how it goes. And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
All right. Boom. All right. We
Hello,
are the
Lisa.
boom in the room.
Hello,
We are
Nancy.
the
Carolyn.
Neville Goddard Nation Station, yo. Triple D, Nancy, Triple D, Carolyn. Oh my God. This is so much fun, Victoria.
Triple D, Lisa.
Triple D, Lisa, Triple D,
Rock.
Daniela.
Daniela. Hello.
Doobie 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 doo.
I don't think Danielle
I
has
don't
done
think
it.
so. I think
No,
I screwed up there.
it's
But that's okay.
Daniela.
Maybe she's mentioning being in
She's my
Triple
Words
D
with Friends
too.
partner.
Is she?
Yeah, we just started playing again.
Oh wow. Small world.
And Marshy.
Maggie.
Hello. Maggie. Okay. And Anya.
Yeah.
So we got a number of
We got a lot of questions
today.
today, guys. We're going to have so much fun.
Yeah.
So welcome to another exciting episode.
Yes.
Oh my
That's
God.
right.
And remember, Victoria's got a new friend. We'll talk about her today.
Later.
This is so much fun.
Okay.
Oh
Hello,
my God.
Joe.
All right.
All right.
Triple
so,
D, Joe, yo.
The first question today
Aaron.
is from Marion in Manifesting Mastery.
Marion.
Manifesting the big thing.
Boom.
Marion says, one little question, if you have time, no worries.
I love size play. Right?
One little thing, yes.
Yeah.
I find myself facing boredom with the lockdown, and it feels like I'm in a state of constant waiting for my next work gig to come up. I'm trying to find the fun in all the daily stuff, but also find myself distracting myself with the Simpsons,
The
as if to say,
Simpsons.
which doesn't feel fulfilling and doesn't take my mind off my big break. Just wanting to get out of the state of waiting and out of the state of, if I just got the one big thing. I want to feel genuinely fulfilled, even when I don't have my next big work gig lined up. Any tips? Thank you for everything.
Yes. I really love how size shows up in your thing because, so we titled it The Big Thing, right? Because that's what we're talking about. But there's also like one little question if you have time, we're in for the big thing. So you got a big and little thing going on, which is so cool because I had a mentor of mine tell me a few decades ago, he goes, you're really into size. And I get it, right? You know, I mean, I am the boom in the fucking room, right? Even when I'm thin, I'm a big man. When I'm a big man, I'm a bigger man, right? Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll make sure she agrees. Uma, shaga. Ooh-ah.
Yes.
So, I'm trying to find the fun in the daily stuff. Right, so, see, the big thing is, I got her to marry me. Right, we got hitched. Yeah, we got hitched on what was supposed to be my birthday. Right, imagine that, right? So we got hitched on my birthday, right?
No, we didn't. Oh, what should have been your birthday?
What should have been my birthday.
Yeah, got you. Okay.
Right? So, yeah, inevitably, it always comes true. So here's the cool thing, ready? Was it a big deal? Yes and no, right? It was the day we got hitched. But the fun thing is... Hitched.
Yes.
Someone got to learn this woman a few things.
Yeah.
I try to learn her every freaking day. So it's the dailies. Honest to God, I remember when we were in that little camper van in New Zealand, and we were talking about the adventure of a lifetime and a lifetime of adventure, and how that evolved even into how we teach, being God having the adventure of a lifetime. You know. And for me, every day is a part of the adventure. Every day has its own little micro adventures. You know, like if you think of a typical year, spring, summer, fall, winter, you think of a typical day, morning, afternoon, evening, night, they all have something in common. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't try to
Stop watching
find
The
the
Simpsons.
fun in the daily stuff.
All right.
All right, I'd just give life to adventures because, like, at the end of the day, Victoria found this awesome show called Longmire. I mean, it is like it's really good, and all the police procedure is perfect, right? The way they approach things forensically, and with police procedure and Native American traditions, is all absolutely perfectly done. No, it's not, but it's still it's a homely little show. You know, Starbuck is in it.
It's wholesome.
It's a
you were
wholesome.
saying.
It's a wholesome show. You know, Starbuck is in it with the big tall guy. It's really done well in a way, right? But here's the thing: it's just the way that we chill together, and we have some giggles in the evenings, and so occasionally a comment goes back and forth. We hold hands and stuff. Yeah, like we're friendly, right? But it's that whole thing of like the big event was the wedding. Another big event might be the anniversary of the wedding. You know, we survived another year. The fragile thing called a relationship lasted another years, right? Or it's that whole thing of the Hydra. Every day, like, we give birth to all sorts of new little micro things. You know, we can have a little spat or two or whatever, but at the end we just take some spit, wipe things off, and have a good day. But
Hello, Elizabeth.
give life to lovely things every day, little adventures, whether it's cooking or not. Like, lunch today has had 2 rebirths so far, spontaneous things. We'll talk about that in Victoria's new friend in a bit. But you get even this right here, right? This is a little thing. I'm not trying to find the fun in the show, or trying
You're
to find.
making it a bigger thing in me, but keep talking about it.
Keep poking the woman, right? You know,
Okay.
So anyway, some people say don't poke the bear. Some people say don't.
Let's
poke
get
the
it over
woman.
with and done with. So what happened was...
No, not yet, not yet. Let's go to the next question. We'll weave
Not
it
yet,
in.
okay.
Yeah. All right, we love.
Okay.
Who knows which happy chemical anticipation is?
And what cortisol is.
Yeah, we're killing cortisol in the woman. So anyway, Elizabeth says Victoria's beautiful, and so are you. I love your new photo. Like,
Oh, has she got a new photo?
well, relatively new, probably since the last time you've seen it,
Yeah,
but
'cause I
not
don't
since
go
the
on
first
Facebook
time,
anymore,
or
you
not
guys.
since the last time I've seen it, because the last time I saw it, it wasn't new. Well, it could have been new, but I've seen it right now, so it's not new now. But it was new shortly ago. But more on time play in a bit.
All right, so that question was from Marion.
And it
Thank
was
you
kind
very
of
much
answered as we continue.
for your question, Marion.
All right. Mary. Ooga, 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 shaga. Why do I combine 2 people at once? That was weird. Anyway, Mary,
And
Mary,
you're right,
quite
Mary.
contrary.
Dopamine, yes.
Boom, that's right.
Yes. The next question's from Erica on Facebook. Manifesting $4,000 by the end of the month. Hi, Mr. 2020, or hi, Mr. 20. Can you advise me how to visualise the end result? I need to make a payment of $4,000 by the 30th of November. I'm doubtful and also having fear that no one can help me out. Your advice on how to visualise it would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
All right, so here's where I'm going to begin, Erica, right? So let's say we've got dinner coming up. So we got a new little project I'm going to be releasing called Time Frames and Games. If you want info on that, anyone watching this, email me and put something about time in the subject line, right? And I'll put you on the list, right? Because we're going to have a lot of fun with this. It's not going to be a massive project, just one of those little things, because I'm finally in the mood to make a new product. How many years has it been?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
DDD, I guess.
No, that was a new course, right? A new product is a little standalone thing.
Oh,
Right. So,
right.
anyway, so Erica has to manifest $4,000 by the end of the month, or what? See, here's the thing that I bet you're doing. You're probably imagining, like, rightio, like, let's pretend you're Joe Weldon's neighbor and you live in New Jersey, right? And you don't manifest $4,000 by the end of the month. Do they cut something off? Do they whack someone in your family? Do they bring out the baseball bats? See, I want to know the consequences that you're imagining. I really don't. But I want you to notice what they are, and I want you to stop doing that. Because when you sit around imagining consequences, what's your old friend's name? Cortisol, right? Watch where this goes. I mean, I'm telling you what, when people tell me it's not divinely timed and all that shit, It just shocks the shit out of me because my life is seriously one long fucking adventure. Marion, back to you. So you need $4,000 by the end of the month, right?
Yep.
Or what? Right? Or what? At the end of the day, right? Let's just be honest, right? I mean, like, I had a bad day at work. I punched out of my shift early and stayed there, right? I mean, that was a bad day at work, but life continued on.
Did you get paid for the extra time?
Actually, I did get overtime. So, like, even though, so I went in like
You got beat up.
yeah,
And
the shift
held
was
hostage. You got overtime.
yeah,
Thank you.
the shift was 2 to 10. About 6:30, I got beat to death. Uh, I don't know if I don't know if they log you off the clock when you're dead and come back. You know what I mean? But I didn't get out till 6 the following morning, and I do remember like having to go there and fill out paperwork for overtime. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Right? I got the shit kicked out of me, literally. Right, beat to death, brought back all that stuff, and I got to fill out overtime paperwork. Right?
Yeah.
And this is why my buddy Cube says, I don't understand your dislike of government. It's like, I don't have dislike, I just notice what's ridiculous. It's like, they had policy, I had to show up. But anyway, so $4,000 by the end of the month. First of all, stop imagining consequence, because Neville says to imagine what implies your wish has already been fulfilled. Right? And my guess is you're probably imagining broken arms, legs, stuff like that. Having the fear that no one could help me out. I mean, like if they're really serious, like Joe Weldon's friends, and they put you in concrete and wrap chains around you and throw you over the side of the boat. I mean, worst gets to worse in 4 minutes, you're fish food, right?
True.
So first thing, right? Let's add in Richard Branson. We've talked about this before. If shit's going to fit into, if
Actually,
shit's
that's
going
true. Add
to
in
hit the
humour,
fan,
you've always said.
yeah, add in humor. So there's
Yeah.
you and Richard sitting there all chained together on the boat, going to get tossed overside, become crab food, all that good stuff. You got to break the cycle. So you do that with a little bit of humor. Just really take it the whole way. Pruning is the key to not imagining consequences. And you notice humor is like a really good pruner. Right? If the vine's grown wild, you prune it. How do you prune it? Stop and be still, add in some humor, let all that die. And then you get to go, right, what do you really want? Right? What if you doubled your income, worked half the time? Would $4,000 be a big deal? Yes or no? If it was 5 years from now and this was all just a piddly thing? So, but notice how we keep weaving this in, but the first thing I want you to do is stop and be still. And humor is the ultimate still maker as far as I can tell. Just watch. I mean, things will get all serious and people will be like, and say, righty-o, you add in some humor and anyway. What if we stop taking humor out? You know what I mean? But let's continue. Erica, stay tuned. We're going to answer this and weave it in with the previous and following questions.
Cool, excellent. So thank you, Erica, for your
They're
question.
telling jokes out there.
Yeah, so Joe's one was, why does New Jersey have so many lawyers? Why does New York have so many lawyers and New Jersey have so much toxic waste?
Why?
New Jersey got first pick.
Ooh, boom. Joe Weldon.
Joe.
I'd be smashing the funny button, but I don't know how to do that. All right.
Cool,
so,
excellent. So thank you, Erica. The next question.
Stick around. We're going to keep answering this, by the way.
Okay.
Right?
I can see there's a clue there with my new friend coming this afternoon.
Oh, I forgot. Victoria's got a new friend coming today. Originally, new friend was coming on Monday. Right?
So I had time to prepare.
So remember that whole thing we all talked about when Victoria wanted a haircut and she's upset because Dan the man here says that, Dan Wash cannot get haircuts for another like 6 months to a year and a half or something like that. And Victoria's actually like beginning to like just feel like shit. And I said, enough's enough, fucking enough, right? I get in the car, go to the dog park. I got my 3-minute win. The next day we've got black market, illegal, totally off the books haircuts. Why? Yeah. Because look at me, handsome. But anyway, okay. Non-negotiable. But here's the thing, right? Mm-hmm. She could have been worried about haircuts forever. Right? She could have been worried about her new friend coming on Monday and Friday next week forever. Right? At least over the weekend. And imagine my weekend. I mean, I'm on the mood like to be Amareus with her.
Amareus.
Rock me Amareus. You know what I mean? I'm going to get Amareus with Victoria. And the whole time she's thinking about her new friend coming over. And I was like, I don't want to think about your new friend. I'm in bed with you, woman. Like, anyway, so we can get the new friend out of the way. But anyway, so you had humor in with all this shit. Go ahead, Victoria.
All right.
Hit that cancel button.
So the next question's from Shazad on Facebook, Neville Goddard, and Crypto. And Shazad asks, what do you think of crypto?
Here's what's really cool. You know, crypto may or may not be a bridge for you. Like Forex could or not have been a bridge for you 10 years ago. Or what was the thing before that? Options. And the thing before that, gold and silver, precious metals, you know. Like all the time, there's always something new showing up. What's that new thing? NGTs, NVTs, PDFs, or something where you can like virtually buy something that you don't have and they don't have. But I don't get it. But it's...
Really?
Yeah, it's NGTs or NVTs or PDFs or something.
PDFs.
I don't even fucking know anymore. But it's like, but by the way, I'm not putting any of that down. I'm just saying, like, we've got a nephew who's spooky smart. NFTs, thank you, Uma.
NFTs.
Yeah, NFTs. Yeah, you can virtually own something. I don't fucking know. Somebody sold a video on the internet that they didn't even know.
Oh,
Yeah, anyway, non-fungible tokens. See, look at that. That might even be what they're called.
Fungible.
Anyway, yeah. We'll ask Seb about them. Seb will know. But anyway, Seb is spooky smart, right? And like when you talk about someone that will build a parallel processing machine and make $10 billion over the weekend, and yeah, that's Seb. He can do that. Me, I could give a shit. I'd rather just make up stories and have a lot of fun and talk about Victoria's new friend. So, yeah, what do I think of crypto? May or may not be a bridge for you. I don't know. But here's the thing I do want you to notice. Are you using it to chase something or experience something? Because I'm not a fan of chasing happiness. I'm a real big fan of giving life to what you enjoy. Right? So I notice there are some people, what they do is the people that are in fragile states, they'll give life to distractions, right? Oh, yeah, another new episode of the, right? So anytime you're in a fragile state and you're going, fuck, right? That's something to notice. So I'm in a fragile state. Not a fragile person, but I'm in a fragile state. A robust state will help you survive till it's over. So I'm imagining making it through another month with the money, counting the money.
Goes.
Right? But people that are in anti-fragile states, it's sort of like, right, kick me in the Jimmy, right? Yeah, I'll be a better person. I'll develop different avenues of approach. You know what I mean? Like the one fellow I noticed, he was stealing some of our material a couple of years ago, and like, he took where I said granddaughter and he wrote in niece and stuff like that. It's like, this is word for word from my shit, man. So I just developed more shit, right? I let him steal mine. I developed more shit. People go, hey, did you know what's his name stole your shit? And I said, yep, I think everybody knows. Right? But I could get all worked up. Oh, he stole my shit. Now he split my profits, so on and so forth. That's fragile. Somebody does something bad. Somebody does something, fall apart. Robust is I resist it. I come back from it, so on and so forth. But anti-fragile is, you know what? Here's another option to play. I think Tony plays with some different options. That's cool. But if it's an option for you to play with and you're having fun, cool. If it's something to distract you or make you, just notice. But again, I'm just tossing up a lot of seemingly random things. So what do I think of crypto? Why are you going after it? Right? Is it
the one thing that's going to help you?
Yeah, exactly. Going back to the beginning.
Yeah.
Right? So notice how we keep answering earlier questions later and questions that are soon to be asked before they're even asked. Carol, your question is coming up.
Cool. Excellent.
Boom.
So that was for Shazad.
Yep.
Thanks very much for your question, Shazad.
Cool. By the way, when Shazad sent me that, I originally replied with, I don't think much about it. And I don't, right? Here's the thing. Everything comes with an opportunity cost. And I know someone's going to send me the fucking email saying, but Mr. 20, couldn't we imagine that not everything does come with an opportunity cost because everything's in parallel universes and you could be married to Victoria and be married to a guy at the same time? It's like, well, but I'm not into guys. I'm into Victoria, right? It's like, fuck, man. Try this on. Do you really want to play crypto? If yes, go play. If you're imagining being wealthy and crypto, tricks your trigger, cool. Me, I imagine being wealthy, and I just want to talk about Victoria's friend to get her out of her head. So, oh, the anticipation. They're all going, what the fuck is he talking about now? Alrighty. So.
All right. The next question.
She's wondering how many questions till we get to my new friend. By the way, I never have my phone on when we walk. Right?
Yeah.
I do not have my phone on. Ever. When we walk. I get in the car and leave the house, the phone's turned off. Right? For some reason, the phone was on today while we were walking. Ooh. Stay tuned.
The next question is from Dream Driven Day Coral. Already living in the future. ... And Coral asks, so lately with U20, I've been having experiences in physical and then listening to the lessons. I'm being asked to do something for said lesson and having already completed it prior to the lesson. Like I'm already living in the future. Can you talk more about what this is that has happened or happening? Thank you.
Alrighty, time frames and games. We're going to talk a little bit about that because I'm having a lot of fun with this. Why do you think these questions are popping up, right? So time frames and games. I noticed that, quick little intro, ready? Let's assume it's lunchtime. Where does breakfast feel? How about dinner? You'll notice that most people tend to feel breakfast in one place and dinner in another, and lunch right about now because it's lunchtime, right? So if you just start to notice some of these things, some things that you'll begin to notice is, like Neville actually did talk about, at some point you'll stop believing you're in the machine and you'll start being able to, like, time stops, right? Joe Weldon and I were just talking about this yesterday. Funny that it would show up today, because this whole thing of, like, I honestly believe what I'm imagining today is changing my yesterday, or 23 years ago, or when I was 23, right? So this whole thing of, like, you get a little slice of the pie, 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 a little slice of the pie. That seems to be one way to live life. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. When I was in Catholic school, I'd stare at the board, and on top of the board they had the A through the Z thing, and that's almost. And they also had the timeline. Yeah, back when Adam and Eve was born, when Jesus came and left, and, like, all the shit that happened since. And it sort of went like that. But life doesn't have to be like that, because there is the past, there is the present, there is the future, and the present can be the whole damn pie, or just a slice of it, or for some of us the crust. So to really, really, like, just let all that cook your noodle, here's the cool thing. We don't just live in linear slices of time. We do and we don't, right? Yeah, you can experience yesterday. Yeah, I'm sure what I imagine today impacts my yesterday, which impacts my yesterday, which impacts my yesterday as well. But here's the thing. Don't get all spooky about this. Don't get all metaphysical about this. Yeah, I remember when when Larry, my physics teacher, gave me a book, The Dancing Woolly Masters. This is back in the great 80s, I believe. I think it was The Dancing Woolly Masters, that or the other one. But it went into subatomic physics, because you got that I was into that already without knowing it. And that book changed my life, because it talked about all these different things, like when things smash together, things happen backwards in time as well as forwards. And here's the cool thing. Most people believe that yesterday, tomorrow, the day after is the only way we live. Some people believe that the only way to live, to make money, is to get a job, right? Work 40 hours a week, be gone another 20 hours driving, so that puts you 60 hours a week out. So you can spend 20 hours a week at home watching Simpsons, drinking cheap whiskey, trying to figure out why you got married, right? I happen to believe that there are other alternatives. So time, this way is just one way to experience it. We covered in the club 4 different ways to experience time. We're going to cover some cool shit in the time frames and games little pack that I'm putting together. But here's the big thing. Let's assume it's lunchtime. When does breakfast feel? Where does lunch feel at? How about dinner? You'll notice some different things going on. And if you allow yourself to just start noticing, and here's one of the things I bet you did. You probably imagine getting gold from each lesson before doing each lesson. If you really play with that little exercise we bring up in Triple D, you'll start getting the gold from the lesson before doing the lesson. And that to me is fun, because now you're living in all kinds of ways that now's the whole pie, now's a slice of the pie. Back then, you can make then, now, here, then, that kind of thing. This is not just word games. This is all sorts of alternative ways to just to live your life. You ever meet someone and you sort of go, I feel like I've known you forever? Right, guess what? There are timeless experiences that you can share. There are times when we hang out and it's like there is no time. Sometimes it feels like it's time for her to go do something.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so, yeah, and this isn't just perception of time. This is time. So this is not a very direct answer, but I do suspect you enjoyed it. And keep playing. I love that you're noticing this. Because when you start getting the lessons before you get the lessons, it just gets to be a lot more fun. So keep posting, keep playing. Thank you for asking. And ain't it funny? Because I'm all enthused about this whole time
New
thing.
project thing, and then,
Yep.
stuff like that comes up.
So, Bomeo, Triple D, Tony Doyle. And look at that. Tony Doyle has a sharer badge. Look at that. Sharer.
Oh, good on you, Tony.
He's a sharer and a carer.
Thank you. And Uma, Valerie.
Uma, sharer.
Yeah.
By the way, Tim Norman and I were talking, because I brought this up 15 years ago. When you commit to a course, that's when life changes, right? So when people let's say it's February or so when the next Triple D comes out, if somebody pays for that early, without the whole thing, well, I'll pay and see if I can get my money back if I can't make it. Now I'm talking when you really commit to something. That's when it fucking starts. We've had this happen with people flying around the world here. They'll commit to something, and then the lessons start. Right? The training starts when the training starts. The lessons start the moment you commit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, next course, what's the next course after Triple D and MM? We have something called the Club you'll be finding out about. We've got something called Remarkable, which you'll be finding out about. And we've got something that I'm probably going to call Dream Driven Dollars for those who want to get into business stuff more.
So is that
Coral, yeah.
Coral that asked this question?
Yep, the fucking spell changer.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So it's Coral, Korol.
Yes.
Right, okay.
Yeah, and then that fucks it up.
Makes it coral.
Yeah.
See. Sorry.
Yeah, it's like you're a creature that lives in the water.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Cool.
Anyway.
Excellent. So thank you, Coral, for your question.
Yeah, absolutely. Dream Driven Dollars.
The next question. Oh, we've got a two-time Shazad today. The next question from Shazad. Feels in the future. Shazad says, I think...
Now, why would he ask this? This is the fun
Yeah,
thing.
I know. Because you just
I start
about
yakking about time, and all of a sudden I'm having the time of my life. There's hints every fucking where. I sound like I'm rambling. I tell Cube I only sound like an idiot. I'm probably the most fucking intelligent person you know. Not bragging. Just saying. Victoria won't argue about that.
So Shazad asks, I think many of us, when we do sessions, we feel our desires somewhere in the future and not right now, which also creates the need for asking about when for many. So how do we solve that? What's your approach?
So I'm not into my woman torturing herself. Someone's going to torture her, it's going to be me. You know what I mean? Let's just move on. Why do you get married? You get married to blame your shit on someone special, right? When you're single, you go, God damn it, life sucks. If it wasn't for the fucking Republicans, Democrats, whatever, or it's like my mother. But why do you get married? You get married to go, oh, fuck, it's her fault, right? Oh, I love it, right? Why did I sleep in?
You did sleep in today. I got up at 4.
Yeah, you did. You got up around 4:30. I got up at 5.
Got up at 4 to go to the toilet and then came back to bed and then thought, no, I'll just get up.
Yeah, I was hoping. You were probably thinking about your new friend. Can't you guys wait? The anticipation's killing me. By the way, Triple D people, we got a call this weekend. Guess what we're going to talk about? So, anyway, ready?
Yes.
Feels in the future. So I watch my woman torture herself because Victoria's new friend, otherwise known as
Allison, I think you said.
No. Dr. or Mr. Kaplan. Right? So Mr. Kaplan's coming supposedly on Monday and Friday because Mr. Kaplan has a lot of work to do. Right? So long story short, we're having the family get together on the 25th or 6th or something like that. I'm leaving for a while with the puppies. I will return later. So, yeah, just because it's smoother that way. But for the family get together to happen, Victoria, wants the house to be cleaner, right? So we hired Mr. Kaplan to come in, right? Y'all who watched Reddington understand what I'm talking about. So Mr. Kaplan's coming in to do some cleaning, and Mr. Kaplan says I can come Friday. And it's like, well, the family incident's happening Saturday, and I can tell she'll just torture herself all fucking week.
Will they even turn up?
And so it's like, so I talked to Mr. Kaplan a little bit, and Mr. Kaplan agrees to come in Monday and Friday, right, which is good. So Mr. Kaplan says, well, I can do 2 hours Monday. I said, cool, come in then we'll figure out how much you want to do Friday. And then we're taking the walk today. right? And I have the phone which is never turned on because I don't want to be tracked near QB, right? So I've got the phone that's never turned on because I don't want to be uh, clocked near QB, and suddenly, you got to love my world. Suddenly, whoa, Kadra, wow. I think half of them are here.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
So here's what happens. We're walking and the phone makes this horrendous noise. And I'm thinking, first of all, I'm not even sure what that noise is. I mean, I put new apps on things and I wonder what the fuck is that? And so I pull it out and I see it's Mr. Kaplan. So I go, whoa, Mr. Kaplan. So I go, hello, new friend, right? And so she says, hey, any chance I can come by today? And I'm like, what time? She goes, about 9:30. This is not a chance. We do a big show from 10 to 11.
Oh, does she first of all want to come at 9:30?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I said, no fucking way, right? Sorry, new friend or not, been on Victoria's mind. It still doesn't matter to me. So she says, well, could I come later? I says, absolutely. So she's going to come after lunch, right? So here's the cool thing, right? So Mr. Kaplan's coming in, so Victoria doesn't have to worry about over the weekend, because if you guys know what a woman is, yeah, sometimes, when people describe dogs, I ask if they know what a dog actually is. Some of y'all, if you know what a woman is, you know when a woman is going to have their thing cleaned, they want to clean it themselves first, right? It's just a woman thing. Guys, we don't fucking do this, right? So Mr. Kaplan's coming, right, to clean the house, right, and bringing a friend. Yeah. So get home. Yeah, we got humor going on here. So we got all. So what happens is Victoria only has to worry before the show, during the show, and after the show.
At least not all weekend.
But at least not all weekend, right? So I'll be like strangers here sucking shit and wiping shit, and like it'll be great. You know what I mean?
Look at it. They don't get it. They don't.
They do. We got some laughter. It's like going to the dentist. See, it was so true. Elizabeth Huber says, right?
I've never had a cleaner in my life, I think. And anyway.
Yeah, well, we explained that. Cube and I explained this to you. Anyway.
Okay.
So, this whole thing, back to Shazad feels in the future.
Yeah, we sort of got a bit off target.
Oh, no, we didn't. This is all bringing it to now, right? This whole thing of like, right, when I watch her, think of the cleaner in the future, she's not with me all weekend. Right? I want her with me. So I imagine her with me over the weekend, us having fun, all that good stuff. And suddenly the cleaner calls on the phone that shouldn't be on. Tony Doyle, you're my hero. I dirty up some more shit before the cleaners come. I told Cubie, even Cube was all worked up about this because I think Cube's part woman. But anyway, I told him, I says, look, you got to dribble a little extra before the cleaner comes just so you can establish your territory. You know what I mean? This is what men do.
20.
So, you got to make here now. Now, here's the thing. Ready? You get to notice someday it just feels different than now. Lunch, if it's lunchtime, when's dinner? For some people, it's days away. Right? Play with all that. Just play. Just play. Just play. So, Anya says, my friend comes here to clean tomorrow and I have to tidy and clean. See, you're not alone. Carolyn, I hate that. Charge extra for that. Oh, is that Carolyn cleans? Yeah. Are you a cleaner like Mr. Kaplan? I love that one scene.
Got Victoria, I clean.
With the cleaning lady, so I feel like it's done. See? You got friends.
Okay.
All right, let's keep going.
All right.
I think we've kind of answered that for Shazad. If not, we'll do it next week.
Thank you, Shazad, for your question.
Hope somebody gets the joke. We'll do it next week.
Gotcha.
Fuck, man. I'm just too good. I'm so fast. She's thinking about her new
all
friend.
All over the place.
She's thinking about new friend.
The next question is from Dream Driven Day Anthony. And we've titled it Dream Driven Day Lesson 8. Anthony asks, Yo-Yo, Dream Driven Day Lesson 8. Seeing the world with different eyes. Can you give some examples of how you use this?
Absolutely. So, we'll just go different, right? Ready? So, Victoria sees the cleaner as a threat. I see the cleaner as an opportunity. Fuck, man. $40 an hour. How much fun can I have? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not talking about being mean or cruel or anything, but it's like, oh my God. Like, just imagine the fun, right? Now, I am making a little sign. Like, there's a little territory. Double T's territory. Do not touch or unplug anything. Right? You can run the sucker on the floor near there, but do not touch or unplug anything. Right? but so seeing the world through different eyes, right? So got a cleaner coming in, paying her $40 an hour per person. I guess there's 2 people coming, right? So it's like, alrighty, this is going to be so much fun.
Yep. I just said, Shani, I'm going in the garden. You can work in the garden. You can talk to the lady.
Oh my God, I'll be playing music.
Friend.
Play that funky music, white boy.
Oh God.
Oh dear God. So now here's the thing. You got to imagine. So the cleaner reaches out to me. I run this little ad on the Facebook. I put a little post up in a public group. It says something like, Victoria wants to do the garden. I want to play with the puppies. Our house needs some dusting because the Rellies are coming over. Right?
Yeah.
And we get a couple replies. One from a dear friend saying, "Hey, I'll help." That was great.
Oh,
that was
she's
fabulous.
lovely.
And Victoria went all Cringeville. Like,
Yeah, I know.
like we can't have a friend come over for that.
Let me clean.
No way.
But we've got to have her over before Christmas.
We got to have her.
Yeah.
Definitely bring the little pork chop.
Yeah.
So we got all that happening. But so the cleaner sends me a PM with their info, so I call up. She had Mr. Kaplan puts her phone number in the thing. So I call up and I go, "Hello, Mr. Kaplan." And she goes, "Yes." And I said, "Hey, you just sent me a message on Facebook. My name's Mr. 2020, right?" And so now it's like, right, American accent, weird name. This is going to get good, right? And we had a great chat, and suddenly she's coming here, right? It could go in a lot of different directions, right? So, believe me, in Australia, it's actually more productive and less weird if I call myself, right? Got some taters with that. I mean, that just goes over a little easier than an American accent. But, don't it?
Yes.
So let us continue.
Okay.
I think we answered Anthony's question.
So, examples of how you're seeing the world with different eyes?
Yeah.
Yes. Excellent.
By the way, just let it be fun and simple like that. Don't make it big things. You know what I mean? Like if you go like, righty-o. Like how would I experience the world if I was Dan the Man, otherwise known as Hitler, who's doing all this dumb shit in Victoria? Well, I'd be looking for rifle scopes. You know what I mean? The reflection whenever the sun hits a rifle scope and it's pointed at you. We're going, that don't look all that. Yeah, see, if I was a politician, that's how I'd be seeing the world. So there's all sorts of different ways to see anything. Yeah. Yep, sling blade.
Yeah.
Some folks call it a Kaiser blade. I call it a sling blade.
Okay. Excellent, Anthony. Thank you very much for your question.
Doobie-doo-bop-bop-bop.
And the last question today is from Marsha. Is it Marsha or Marshi?
That's Maya. That's Maya.
Maya. Okay.
Believe me, I fuck up Maya's name more times than you can imagine. So, taters.
The last question today.
Make mine a biggin.
Taters.
Biggin. Biggin.
The last question today is from Maya in Manifesting Mastery. No title, but that's okay. We'll think of one. When you say, I imagine lovingly for others, do you always feel it real for them? How actually, when it is a stranger, you may pass on a street?
Yes. It's true. So here's the thing. You're always imagining. Right? So you're always imagining. Always imagining. Right? So here's the thing. You pass the old guy on the street and he's hobbling around and you go, God damn, he's fucked up. And then you start feeling bad for him. Boy, I bet he struggles all fucking day. I bet when he dribbles on the floor, it takes him forever to bend over and clean that up so he doesn't offend his cleaner. Right? Yeah. And then you start to feel bad for the cleaner. You feel bad for the guy. You just imagine the poor cleaners everyone's being a victimization to him. Right? You're doing this all day long. Like, I talk about Hitler, otherwise known as Dan the Man, otherwise known as the guy who runs Victoria and does all this dumb shit, like I'm not legally allowed to have a haircut for another 6 months. But you see how much it really upsets me? No, I get a fucking haircut because I decided to get a haircut. Now, here's the thing. Everyone's always imagining about whatever's on their mind. So when Dan the Man shows up, I mean, I imagine him, as a much more happier individual than probably how he is, because I wouldn't want his fucking job. It's just like, all right. I just imagine lovingly for the guy, right? And here's the thing: to do that versus just going, feel sorry for him, someone's going to shoot him, right? That's one thing. But I can just go, right. I just imagine the guy making it through the day, growing a little bit, and. So, how do I do it? You're feeling it real all day long. You do sessions. Doing sessions is like practicing your basics. I do it all the time. Every morning, every afternoon, every evening, right? Always nailing some basics. On the other hand, throughout the day, I mean, at any time, Victoria and I are shopping, and I'm imagining her yum. And that determines what we buy and how we consider it and so on and so forth. We pass someone in the shopping market who's having a rough time. Imagine him having a better time. Doesn't take much, just a second. And that's the thing. You come past mama and baby's all screaming and shit, and you can imagine like shut that fucker up, right? Yeah. What's wrong with mothers today? And the next thing you notice is all mothers suck around you. Or you can just imagine, you can imagine mommy happy, and then baby's happy, and. But you can do it on the fly. That's the fun thing. So, I think that's what I got.
That's great.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think.
All right.
About imagining lovingly. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. We are always doing it all the time.
All the time. I mean, it's like when when Carl said, "Make mine a big one." Yep. All right. Okay. I always imagine yum as another meaning. Yum. Anyway, so Victoria's going to be all better after today.
Yes, I will.
We're going to imagine 20s yum.
Okay, so that was our show. So sorry. Thank you, Maya, for your question.
Maya.
Maya. Is it?
Or Maha.
Mojo.
No. So right now, Maya, fuck, I got it all screwed up in my head now, is imagining lovingly for 20.
Yes.
And Victoria.
So
by the way, how many people imagine lovingly for Victoria during this torturous show?
So what we want to know is, tell us, what was your hashtag strawberry bits? I think bringing in the humour for me is my hashtag strawberry bits. Yeah. What about you?
We got to talk about your new friend coming, and this whole thing messing around with time and so on. Because let me close up on the time frames and games thing. A lot of people experience time as something that is out there happening to them. You're the ocean. Within the ocean are all the waves. The waves are time. Think about it. Watch waves. They're periodic, right? You're the ocean. The waves are within you, right? When you start to get that, then time frames and games takes on a whole new thing. It's not just about changing how you perceive this constant known as time, right? It's about learning how to play with it, because you're the ocean. Time is just one of the many waves, or some of the many waves. So, if you want more information on that, 2020@xhostage.com. Send me an email. Type something about time frames or games in the subject line. Sometime in the next couple days or week, when I get that organized, I'll send you something. And that's Emmett. He's probably growling at a leaf or something.
Maybe she's come early. Okay.
Get it over with. This is great. Yep.
All right, you guys. So that was our show. That was our hashtag strawberry bits. While you type in yours, go to freeneville.com.
221 email list sudo.
Random goodness. Join our 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com.
Some people put it off for a long time.
Yeah.
Some people added sticky tape. I find that fascinating. It's like, let me get this right. In order to imagine what you want, you have to first imagine getting sticky tape to the point where you get sticky tape. Right.
Yeah. And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
That's right.
Have a great day, night.
Make mine a big one.
Taters.
Taters.
Okay.
Make mine a big
Catch
one.
us next week.